Good evening, parents and guardians, and welcome to SmithClove Elementary School. My name is Chris Berger. I'm the building principal here, and myself, along with our assistant principal, Miss Reagan, are so excited to welcome your children and also you to a new school year. Kindergarten is not only the beginning for new students, but oftentimes for you as families as well. And regardless of whether or not you've had other children attend SmithClove, or this is your first child entering Monroe Woodbury and SmithClove, each year seems to prove very different from the last. So we're excited to welcome your children and start this year off with some new beginnings. SmithClove is always going to be a place that hopefully you will be able to call home because we are a family here. This is my 19th year here in Monroe Woodbury, my 9th as a building administrator here in SmithClove, and I will share with you that we have some of the most dedicated, loving, caring professionals I have ever been around. They will care for your children like they are their own. They will be here to help you every step of the way, just like they will your children as well. Later on today, you will receive an invite from those classroom teachers inviting you to a typical school day Google Meet later this evening for you to learn more about what a school day would look like, the routines of the classroom, and so forth. I would advise you any type of questions that you have possibly for the reentry of schools, Google Classroom, those types of things should really be emailed to the building administrators here so we can help that out. We're hoping that later tonight we can really focus on the curriculum and what your children will be accessing from the teacher's standpoint. Also, I would ask that any specific questions that you have related to your child be emailed to the teacher separately so we can, again, focus on generic whole class procedures and routines in the classroom, and that way the teachers can address any of your specific questions for your particular child separately, and it also ensures that privacy for all students as well. So again, we are very excited to welcome you here to SmithClove. I am going to be sharing a PowerPoint with you that will be up on the website for you to access with all of the information that I'm going to be sharing with you here tonight. You'll also be receiving a welcome from the special area teachers, our related service providers, the PTA, our support staff. Feel free to contact any of them with any questions related to their specific program or services that they provide. They too are available to answer any questions that you may have. So I'm going to talk to you a lot about some of the things that you will find in our parent handbook that you can access from our SmithClove website. One of the things that I wanted to discuss is attendance. Obviously this year is a little bit different because we will be operating in a hybrid model with some of our students that are participating fully remote from home. For those fully remote students, attendance will be taken, and it will be taken and measured by students' participation and whether or not they are participating in their Google Meets and also submitting any work online to the classroom teachers. Here at school, obviously their attendance will be taken when they are physically present in the building. If for some reason your child will not be able to attend that day, we ask you to please email our main office, and again the link will be provided in the PowerPoint, but it is scattend@mw.k12.ny.us. It's always good to copy the classroom teacher on that email as well, just to give them a heads up that your child will not be in school that day. You will be receiving an automated phone call just to verify that your child is absent that day. If there are any errors, just give us a call here in the main office. As per New York State legislation, all school districts must report students when they are absent at least 10% of the school year. So if we have 180 school days, anytime that your child is absent more than 18 days in that school year, it will be reported to New York State and considered chronic absenteeism. It is very important, obviously, for your children to either participate in remote learning or physically here in school in our hybrid model. Obviously, there is a direct link to student success and progress and growth when students are actively engaged and in school so that they're not missing out on that important curriculum. We do have a rigorous program and curriculum. Looks very different than what it did, decades ago, and the pacing is a lot faster now than what it used to be. So it is very, very important that we have our kids here attending school remotely at home or physically here in the building so that they have that access to learning. But by all means, if your child is home and not feeling well, we want your child to stay home. Obviously not to spread any germs. We've always had policies in place following the Department of Health that children need to be fever-free for at least 24 hours. If they're vomiting, they need to be clear of that for at least 24 hours as well, and without any aid of medication. However, in addition, this year, if your child is experiencing any COVID-like symptoms, we ask you to contact your child's doctor immediately to discuss that with them. But if your child is not feeling well, we just ask that you please keep them home. So we have some updates to our safety and security here in the building with the current pandemic. The visitor protocols will look a little bit different because we will have to have scheduled visits. If you plan to come into the building to meet with anybody for any reason, you'll need to schedule that in advance. You'll also need to fill out our Monroe Woodbury COVID screening form that basically declares that you are feeling well, you're not experiencing any COVID-like symptoms before entering the building. As in the past, you'll always have to show identification before entering the building, and then we would give you a visitor's sticker to be able to enter the building and meet with whoever you need to. Drop-offs and pickups will also be very different because, again, we are limiting the amount of people that are entering the building. We're really trying to keep that at a minimum and allowing just staff and students in the building. So we will be conducting our drop-offs and pickups from outside. And this is going to be an ongoing process that we continue to evaluate and likely will make changes once we get into the thick of things. But our plans of right now are to conduct our pickups and drop-offs from outside. As in the past, you will not be able to drop your child off prior to 8:15 a.m. That's when our school day officially starts for children to enter the building. If you do arrive to the building prior to 8:15 a.m., you'll just have to wait with your child in the car or outside, and at 8:15 we will start to have our staff members walk those students down to the building, down to their classrooms, especially in the beginning of the year. It will be a little bit different this year because students will be entering 3 different entrances to try and spread the children out as they're entering the building. So we'll have staff members there helping the kids get to which entrance they will be going through, and also then walking them down to classrooms while trying to maintain as much distance as possible. Of course, children will need to wear a mask as they're entering the building to adhere to those guidelines as well. Afternoon pickup, again, we are going to be conducting it from outside. We do have markers on our sidewalk that separates 6 feet distance that we'll be asking parents and guardians to stand on as we start that process. And it's likely to involve, we'll have staff members and monitors who will be outside checking IDs, using walkie-talkies to radio into the building where we get your child and then bring he or she out to you while you wait again in the parking lot on the sidewalk. Once you have your child, obviously then you would be able to go to your car. More information will be updated on our website and in our parent handbook as we start to finalize those plans. And if you have questions or concerns about the arrivals and pickups, certainly you can contact me or Ms. Reagan here at the school. We will continue to have our emergency drills here in the building as we had in the past, even with the hybrid model when we had less students in the room. We'll still be conducting our evacuation drills, our fire drills, and we'll continue to have lockdown drills as well. Whenever we have our lockdown drills, you will be notified in advance, and we will help give you some language in case your kids have questions about the reason we are conducting these types of drills. We keep it very kindergarten, first grade friendly, and use language similar to, if we had to pretend like we're playing a hide and seek game because we have to go and be really, really quiet so that others can't hear us from outside in the hallway, this is where we would go. These are the types of procedures that we would follow and so forth. But we keep it very, very basic for them while still being able to practice if we need to go into that lockdown type situation. We're also happy that we'll be continuing our partnership with the school resource officer. We'll have an SRO here in the buildings while school is in session and we have children attending the school. So you will see a uniformed officer outside the school building, walking around the building, and I could say from the past year, the SRO loves being here. We usually have at least 2 or 3 SROs that may rotate through the building. They go into classrooms, they read stories with the kids, they're outside waving as they arrive, saying goodbye as they leave. They're a critical piece to the school, they're a valued piece of the school, and the kids really get to learn to love and trust them and count on them as another valued staff member here in the building. So we look forward to continuing that partnership throughout the year. Couple changes for this school year. Obviously, the calendar is looking a little bit differently, and that will be posted again in this PowerPoint and similar to the website. We are currently in a fully remote model for these first couple of weeks of school, and I know that teachers have been contacting you to schedule their live meets. This week, we're just trying to check connectivity for students, getting to know students, while we try to get as many students accessing our Google Classroom platform as possible so that in the future, next week we can start to slowly introduce some core content curriculum. And in the event that we ever need to transition to a fully remote model, which I hope doesn't happen, but you never know, in the event that we do, hopefully it'll be a more seamless transition as we start to iron out those kinks now over these first couple of weeks. Then starting September 22nd, we start our partial cohorts entering the building in the hybrid model. So we have students that are entering as A1 students on one day, A2 on the next. We have B1 and then B2. And again, this is just to slowly phase in students so that we can get our practices and procedures down so that it is as smooth as possible as we increase with more students in the building. If you have yet to do so, please check out your parent portal account, and that is where you can find the track of your student, whether they are considered A1, A2, B1, B2, and it also obviously has your child's teacher's name as well. We will continue to do student health screenings, meaning that your child must fill out a COVID screening similar to what you would fill out if you needed to enter the building. You will need to fill one out for your child as well. Again, just indicating that they are, to your best knowledge, healthy. They're not experiencing any COVID-like symptoms. And you should fill that out prior to them arriving at school each day. We will be checking to verify that each child has had that filled out. If for some reason they haven't, we'll have to contact you, obviously, to get that information, but we're asking parents to avoid that. We're asking parents to please make sure that they fill out that screening prior to entering the building. As I mentioned before, students are going to be required to wear masks as they enter the building and throughout the day. Although students will be seated in the cafeterias 6 feet apart at individual tables in their classrooms, they will be seated 6 feet apart as well. We are still requiring children to wear masks throughout the day, as our staff will also be wearing masks. Of course, that's going to come with scheduled mask breaks, where the class will have mask breaks throughout the day. Again, they will be seated 6 feet apart, so there may be a time where the teacher says, okay, for the next minute or so, we're going to lower your mask, and that is okay to do so in the classroom setting as long as they're 6 feet apart. Teachers will also be invited to take kids out for a walk, where they'll also be able to then remove their masks, maintaining that 6 feet distance outside. Some students may need mask breaks more often than others, and that's perfectly okay. It will be at the teacher's discretion as she gets to know each of the students to provide mask breaks, one as a whole for the entire class, but also individually as kids need it. We are aware that this is a difficult situation for kids and adults, and we're certainly going to work with them, but we also want to maintain the safety and the security of all of our kids and staff, as that is obviously our top priority more than anything, to maintain that safety. But kids will be provided with those mask breaks throughout the day. You will be asked to participate in many Google Meets helping out your child, and I just want to bring to your attention that it's not permitted to take any photographs or record those meets and for your own usage or post to social media. Just like if we were in the building and you are allowed to enter for a visit for a lunch, we would tell you that you're not able to take videos or pictures of kids and post them to social media sites due to student privacy issues. It's the same thing with this. So we just ask you from refraining of taking any videos, pictures, or recording of meets and posting that to any social media sites, again, for the privacy and confidentiality of our students. A couple other updates for parent visits. One of the things I just mentioned, that lunch and birthday visits are currently suspended, unfortunately, in order to limit the number of guests in the building. One of the many things that saddens me about this entire pandemic is that we do have to limit the amount of people here in our building. One of the things I love about a K-1 building is that it's always so busy. Kids are skipping and they're holding hands and they're happy to be in school. The building is abuzz and it's full with parents who are here to visit, grandparents and guardians, and we're able to, celebrate their accomplishments. And unfortunately, that's just going to have to be done in a different way. But we will continue to celebrate their accomplishments, continue to celebrate their growth as students, and we will do everything possible to make this as an engaging and fun and enjoyable experience while they are learning and growing both socially and academically. But we will have to limit the number of adults in the building. So again, as I mentioned earlier, any visits to the school, any meetings will have to be scheduled prior to, in advance. You can call our main office to schedule those appointments. And in accordance with the social distance guidelines, events like this will be taking place virtually, at least for the time being, whenever possible. So this includes conferences, again, obviously an open house, PTA meetings. Similar type events will all have to be done virtually until further notice. A couple other things to update you from some practices in our handbook. Our snack policy, the Board of Education does have a snack policy that limits the amount of sugary snacks that we can distribute to a class. Again, we will not be able to have you in for birthday visits and to have lunch with your child for the time being, but you still will be able to send in a snack for the entire class to help celebrate your child's birthday if you'd like. However, it does need to follow the Board of Education policy, which states that it has to be non-sugared, and we are allowed to provide an unhealthy, quote-unquote unhealthy snack per month, and that would be coordinated with the teacher if we have certain events in the classroom. Again, we won't be able to have parents in, but if we were to have a Valentine's Day celebration and you worked out with the teacher that you could send in store-bought Valentine's Day cookies or something like that. I mentioned store-bought because we are a nut-free school as far as in the classrooms go. We're nut-free classrooms, which means that because of the amount of serious and life-threatening allergies that we do have in the building, we ask kids to refrain from eating any type of foods that contain peanuts or were manufactured with nuts in the classroom. We do have designated areas in the cafeteria and kids this year will be sitting at their own individual tables 6 feet apart anyway, but we'll still have designated tables that are peanut free so that we can avoid any cross contamination with other students. Although we will be wiping down the tables in between every time a child eats there, we'll still have those designated areas for the cafeteria use only. But in the classrooms, we're not able to have kids eat any peanut related products. With that, if you are sending in a snack, we ask that it be store-bought, where it's clearly indicated that it is nut-free. We ask that if you could please refrain from sending in any homemade baked goods or putting together goodie bags with candy. We do have up on our website, it's called snacksafely.com. There are some great ideas for some peanut-free snacks that you can send in with your child. And again, that link's going to be in our parent handbook, but we do ask that you adhere to that policy. And any other questions, you can certainly give me a call here at the school so I can go into more detail about it. Electronic communication. Most of our communication will be going home electronically. If you have not gotten used to checking your email regularly, we are going to ask that you do that. Make sure that your parent portal is up to date with your current email address. Going into your parent portal, you'll be able to change the notification settings. You'll be able to update your contact information, and that's important because of how much communication is sent electronically and through that email. Parent portal is also the platform that you'll be able to view your child's report cards. Our report cards are done on a trimester basis, so you'll be able to view those report cards in December, March, and June. So it's critical that you keep that your email addresses updated in your parent portal account. In that parent portal account, you'll be able to change your notifications on how you would like to be communicated by the school. So if you would like to receive text messages, emails, if you want voicemails and phone calls, you'll be able to change those preferences. I would suggest that if you do get a message from the school, I ask that you please listen to the message first. The reason being is that lots of times we'll have parents that we send out a blast that goes out to 1,000 parents, and it could be a message about school pictures. But parents miss the call, they see a phone call from the school, they get a little alarmed and nervous, and all of a sudden we have about 800 phone calls saying, what happened, is everything okay, when the message was really in regards to school pictures. So not to downplay the importance of school pictures, but we just don't want to alarm anybody. So we do ask that you take those couple of seconds to listen to that message before giving us a call back here at the school. But a vast majority of our communication will go out through emails and text messages. In the PowerPoint, I'm going to list some important contact information. If you have questions regarding dismissal routines, who should you call, immunizations, if there are changes in pickups, transportation questions. So there will be a list of contact information, names, phone numbers, etc., who you can call that we can help steer you in the right direction to answer your questions. So that will be in the PowerPoint. In the PowerPoint will be some important dates to remember, upcoming dates as far as when the hybrid model starts, the full hybrid model starts, and again, we will continue that model until further notice, until we get a different directive from the state or the district. That is the current model that we will be operating in, again, until further notice. So there are a couple important dates about some upcoming school closures and so forth, so take a look at that PowerPoint when you get a chance. And again, we are here to answer any of your questions. Please feel free to give us a call here. I tried to do this quickly so that I know that you're able to get on and meet with your classroom teachers, but I do want to stress that we are here to help you. We are going to do this together. Again, we are a family here, we are a community, and we will work very closely with one another so that we can ensure the success of your kids and our students, who you'll start to hear our teachers refer to them as our kids as well, because that's what they are. So we welcome you to SmithClove, And please feel free to contact us with any questions, and enjoy your time with the classroom teachers tonight. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
It's Mrs. Sinnott, your music teacher. Some of you know me already, and some of you will get to meet me. And music is going to be fantastic this year, but it's going to look a little bit different. We're not going to be able to sing out loud when we're together. We're not going to be playing instruments when we're together somewhat, because we have to keep safe and healthy. But I'm going to be driving the music mobile, and I'm going to be coming to your classrooms and bringing you things to do, because we can make music whether we sing out loud or whether we play instruments. But I might have a few instruments for us to play.
Hi boys and girls, I am Mrs. Del Webster. I will be your health teacher. Welcome back. I can't wait to meet you, my friends. Anyway, Mr. Webster has a little office here, but I'll be coming to your classrooms, and sometimes we'll be meeting online. In health, we're going to learn about keeping our hands clean and our cells nice and safe. We'll also learn about eating healthy fruits and veggies. We're going to talk about safety measures, like how to be safe when you're outside playing, or whether you're in the home or not. Also, good diet, good nutrition, keeping our teeth healthy, all of these wonderful things we're going to be doing through the school year. And I look forward to seeing you. Welcome, newcomers, and welcome back, first graders. Thank you.
No, Mr. Blue, that's my paintbrush. Oh, hi. I'm Mrs. Walker, the art teacher at SmithClove, and I can't wait to do art with you this year. Sometimes I'll be online, sometimes it will be in person, but we'll learn how to look at art, make art, and become art smart.
Hello. I was just reading this story, The Day You Begin, and it made me think of you. The day that you begin, all that stands beside you is your own brave self, steady as steel and ready, even though you don't yet know what you're ready for. And there's going to be a lot of changes and new things, but whatever comes our way, we'll be in it together. I'll be right here with you. Speaking of new and difference and changes, there's been a lot of changes at the SmithClove Library. Check it out.
Hi SmithClove, I'm Miss Creso. Some of you already know me. During Phys Ed this year, it's gonna look a little different, but we're gonna get through this together. This is our gym. And there's Mr. Brown.
We can do this, SmithClove.
Hi, I'm Mrs. McNamara, and I teach AIS Math.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Fiorello, and I'm a reading teacher at SmithClove. Hi, I'm Mrs. Diana, and I'm an AAS reading teacher here at SmithClove.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Cox. I'm a reading teacher at SmithClove.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Fuchs. I'm one of the AAS reading teachers. Welcome to SmithClove.
Hi, I'm Natalie Kilmer, and I'm one of the occupational therapists here at SmithClove.
Hi, I'm Kimmy Kodalanen, and I'm the occupational therapy assistant at SmithClove.
Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Sullivan, and I am an E&L teacher in kindergarten, and I can't wait to see everyone when you come to school. Bye.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa Hodges, your child's school nurse. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone.
Hi, I'm Felicita Ferrara, and I teach E&L.
Hi SmithClove, this is Melinda Bobnick. I'm a speech therapist here, and I'm looking forward to a great school year.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah McCarthy. I'm one of the school psychologists here. I look forward to working with you and your children.
Hi everyone, I'm Dana Lloyd. I'm a speech therapist at SmithClove, and I can't wait to see you all soon. Bye.
Hi, my name's Mrs. Youngman. I'm the school psychologist, and I help students and teachers and parents. And one of my favorite things to do is to help support students with calming strategies. This is one of my favorites. So we practice our calming breaths.
Hello, my name is Amy Whitrock, and I am your 2021 PTA president. On behalf of the executive board and myself, we want to welcome back all of our returning families and send a big welcome out to all of our new families. To those of you brand new to our school and sending your children off to kindergarten this year, we know this is not quite the way you had envisioned your baby's first year at school. But I am here to reassure you that whether you chose hybrid or fully remote, your children are in such great hands. SmithClove is truly a special place where teachers and staff go above and beyond for our kiddos, and they will no doubt make this a fantastic year for them. And the PTA will too. So who is the PTA? PTA stands for Parent Teacher Association, and we are just that. We are a group of parents, caregivers, teachers, and staff that love and care about the students at SmithClove. And we want to do all we can to make our special school just a little more extra special. What do? Well, we bring about enriching activities and experiences for our SmithClovers, their families, and our staff. This year will certainly look different, and we are not able to host as many of the in-person events that we usually do. But that won't stop us. But it does mean that we need your support this year more than ever. The executive board has been meeting all summer to come up with some great things for the school year. Just last week we were able to get into the school and stock the cafeteria with snacks and drinks for our amazing staff. It was just a little way for us to say thank you to them for all of the hard work they are putting into teaching in this new environment. We love our staff. Thank you. Pretty soon your children, whether they are remote or hybrid, will be receiving a lanyard from the PTA. This lanyard can be worn with their mask, and that way it'll keep it on them. So when they take their mask off during breaks, they can have it hanging around their neck and hopefully not lose it or swap it with their best friends. So keep an eye out for those once we get them. One of the favorite things that SmithClove runs is lunchtime theater. During the normal school year, we would gather on the stage at SmithClove during lunch periods and perform a children's book to the delight of our students. Well, this year we're not going to let anything stop that. We just can't meet in person. So we'll still be doing lunchtime theater via Zoom. So look out for ways to sign up for that coming very soon. This year we're also going to be organizing lunchtime readers. Parents will be able to sign up to read a book virtually to students, and this will be played during their lunch times, just like lunchtime theater. There will be a big screen in the cafeteria, and it will be shown while the kids are eating. All of our recordings will also be sent out via Google Classroom so that students at home can still enjoy these just from their kitchen table instead of the cafeteria table. We will still be having book fair this year. We'll just be virtual. We will be having school pictures for all students, including remote and hybrid. We're going to be having a virtual jack-o'-lantern decorating contest this year with prizes, a special movie night at the Warwick Drive-In, monthly restaurant nights. Hopefully we'll still get to have field day, and free first grade yearbooks as we always do, and lots more coming up. Our Spiritware store is up and running. Look out for links and how to purchase those. We've partnered with a local business to bring you high quality spiritware, and you can even personalize them this year. The printer is actually located in Harriman, so it makes for easy pickup, but orders can also be shipped right to your home for your convenience. And we have some really great new designs that will commemorate this really unprecedented year. So go grab your spiritware and show off your school spirit. We are really committed to making this year special for all of our students, both hybrid and remote. We really can't do it without your help. It's only $10 to join. Think like 2 Starbucks coffees. And there's really nothing required of you. I promise. We really promise. You're never going to be pressured to volunteer. Of course, there will always be opportunities to help out, and we always encourage and welcome parent participation if you can. We welcome new ideas, and you will always have a place to voice comments and concerns. If you have a talent or a skill you want to share, please do. But truly know that there is never any pressure to volunteer, ever. If you just want to join and receive our awesome newsletter and be in the know, then that's perfect. We appreciate your support in whatever capacity is right for you. We just ask that you please join. We'll be sending out links for all of these things, but if you would like to get a head start, you can go onto the SmithClove website, and there is a tab for SmithClove PTA that you can click on, and all of this information is on there, and all of the links for Spiritwear and membership you can find there. Please also like us on Facebook and Instagram at SmithClove PTA. We always post lots of information there. And of course, you can always reach out to us via email at smithclovepta@gmail.com. We will be having only virtual meetings this year, which is kind of cool. And our first one is going to be on the 17th at 7 p.m. And we just really hope to see you there. Our executive board wishes you a wonderful school year. Parents, teachers, and staff working together is what makes SmithClove an even more amazing place to learn. So please join us, please, please, please. And now I would just like to introduce you to our 2021 executive board. Thanks, everyone. Have an awesome year.
Thank you.